A fixed routine is inhuman. You try to predict your day and your very human emotions. You don't realize how futile it is to try and design a system for something so fickle and unpredictable as the sea of emotions. Fortunately, we have tools to battle this fickleness by using it to our advantage, absorbing the blows of this fundamental fickleness and wielding it like a sword against itself. Once I describe the problem, you will realize how urgent it is to solve it. After that will come the solution at the end of the video. If you have felt something similar in your daily life, let me know by leaving a comment, and if you genuinely enjoy this video, leave a like for the algorithm. A routine is how you try to tame your day. When you don't trust yourself enough to do the work to get to the place that you need to get to, you sew some hours together and give them the name of the thing that you need to do. 2 to 5 I'm going to study chemistry. But what if you get bored? You are human after all, aren't you? You might get a little disinterested in the subject. You could very well not be at your best when you study chemistry at 4, with your body clearly letting you know that you shouldn't be doing it.
And more than that, even if it should indeed turn out that he is a piano key, if it were even proved to him mathematically and by natural science, he would still not come to reason, but would do something contrary on purpose, solely out of ingratitude alone, essentially to have his own way. And
when I read this paragraph from Dostoevsky's Notes from the Underground, I realized how against my nature a routine is. Before you begin scrutinizing me for teaching everyone to despise order and discipline, please hear me out. Let me explain myself. Lend me your ears. The world cannot function without punctuality, order, and discipline. No one is a bigger advocate of punctuality than I am. That is a truism. Please don't plan a dinner with your girlfriend, and when she asks you for a time, please don't tell her, "Oh, I don't keep a schedule." So that's not what I'm trying to say. We are talking about solely your time that you own and don't owe anyone else. When you are doing your work, things that matter to you, that's when I propose you don't set a schedule for yourself. Follow the messages that your body gives you. You mathematically planned out that from 2 to 5 you will do chemistry, but your body might disagree at some point. Are you going to push through the 2 to 5 block of time and do chemistry against your body and mind's will? Are you just going to ignore the very clear signals? Maybe I would ignore them. I still do. And that's the message I want to convey here using Dostoevsky's words, because I believe that he's a better man than I am. We are not rational creatures, and even knowing what I should be doing, my body will at one point rebel against it. I know what I need to do. My rational self calls out to me, "You remember what we planned earlier in the morning, don't you?" But I still don't do it. We think that we are rational beings, that we can plan out and predict our day. We think that if we lay down the future with a foolproof plan, then we can religiously follow it and our mind and body will just collaborate with us. But alas, our mind and body are not as collaborative and rational as we suppose they are. The mind betrays and the body rejects. It's almost that I reject the routine out of spite. It feels like a revolt from somewhere deep within my soul, crying out against some table dictating what I should be doing, trying to control me. And I reply, "I'm not a machine. I will do whatever I want whenever I want to, and no table is going to tell me otherwise." If I have a chemistry exam the next day, yeah, maybe I will simply push through, carrying a heavy burden on my human soul, and pass the exam. But this is not the way to live life. This is not how we get things done that we want from ourselves.
one's own free and voluntary wanting, one's own caprice, however wild, one's own fancy, though chafed sometimes to the point of madness. All this is that same most profitable profit, the omitted one, which does not fit into any classification, and because of which all systems and theories are constantly blown to the devil. And where did all these sages get the idea that man needs some normal, some virtuous wanting? What made them necessarily imagine that what man needs is necessarily a reasonably profitable wanting?
Maybe he doesn't mean it, but my interpretation of this entire quote is that human beings are better at following their momentary wantings, curiosities, and these curiosities sometimes begin resembling a sort of madness or an obsession. Why not use this momentary obsession to achieve some long-term goals? Why not use the release of adrenaline to learn something that you actually care about, or work towards something that you actually care about? I have realized that when we study pessimistic works, we tend to subscribe to a very similar pessimistic view that the author presents very convincingly. I truly believe that this is the fundamental nature of human existence, that all the systems and calculations can be put forth in front of me, and I will still do everything in my power to disprove them and assert my independence as an irrational human being. I will reject every attempt at systemizing and mathematicizing who I am and assert my irrational humaneness. The unique thing about these works is that they aren't meant to turn you into a nihilist, a hedonist, or a pessimist. It's supposed to present reality in its rawest forms without any human pollution, and then when reality is stripped down to its raw rawest element. You are given the freedom to inject your own meaning to it and assert yourself. We have done a lot of philosophizing in the last few minutes without offering any real solutions. Here's how I'm trying to fix my relationship with my routine. Focus on the things that you must avoid instead of planning out what you must do. When I say avoid, please understand that you cannot reject your responsibilities or you will get fired. When I use the word avoid, I'm proposing a rejection of minutely planning out every part of your day. Keep the things that you need to do in mind, but at the same time, my additional proposal is to have the things that you must not do at any cost in your mind as well. Write them down. You don't have to write down the things that you have to do, but please write down the things that you don't have to do, that you must not do at any cost. This is where you need to show courage. I will not check my phone for messages till I get something done. I will not go out with my friends till I get X done. I will not distract myself with novels telling myself that I'm making moral progress when my assignments are due. You know what I mean? When you restrict some parts of your behavior, you will begin to feel the want to be engaged by something else that is important to you. Chase this feeling, chase this curiosity. This is where you will make the most progress. When you chase this feeling, this curious feeling to do whatever is important to you in your life, you will not do it half-heartedly, but with all your effort and all your attention. You will not have to force yourself to focus, but you will have to force yourself to get up and drink water. You will have to remind yourself to eat lunch. You will have to force yourself to sleep on time, and that is a topic for another video. Once you start seeing procrastination as a message from deep within yourself, everything will change.